It's 8 o'clock at night. Dinner is over. You carry the dirty plates to the sink. A few drops of dish soap, warm water, a sponge. 5 minutes later, everything looks perfectly clean. The plates shine, the glasses sparkle. You dry them, put them back in the cabinet. Tomorrow morning, your family will eat from those same plates again. Simple. Normal. Nothing to worry about. Or is there? Because here's a question almost nobody asks. Have you ever looked at the ingredient list on your dish soap? Most people never do. They trust the front label, the fresh lemon smell, the bright blue color, the words powerful cleaning. But here's the part nobody tells you. Some ingredients are there to clean. Others are there to make the product look better, smell better, or sell better. And once you know the difference, you may never look at a bottle of dish soap the same way again. Why this matters. Think about how often you wash dishes. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, every single day. That means your plates, your forks, your cups, your children's bowls all come into contact with the same soap. Again, and again, and again. This video is not about fear. It's about making better choices, because the smartest shoppers don't believe advertisements. They understand ingredients. What experts look at when scientists study cleaning products. They don't only ask, does it remove grease? They also ask, how gentle is it on skin? Does it contain unnecessary additives? Can people with sensitive skin react to it? Does the company clearly explain what's inside? Organizations like dermatology associations, consumer safety groups, and environmental health experts regularly review these ingredients. One important lesson appears again and again. The front label is designed to sell the product. The ingredient list tells the real story. Today, we're counting down 7 common ingredients found in many dish soaps. Some may surprise you, some are misunderstood, and some are added for reasons that have nothing to do with cleaning. At the end, I'll also show you 2 simple shopping tricks that take less than 1 minute. No special equipment, no chemistry degree, just 2 habits that could completely change the way you buy dish soap. Let's begin. Number 7. Sodium Laureth Sulfate, SLES. Imagine you're standing in the cleaning aisle. You pick up 2 bottles. One creates lots of bubbles. The other creates only a little foam. Most people choose the first one. Why? Because more bubbles feel like better cleaning. But here's something surprising. Cleaning experts know that bubbles and cleaning power are not the same thing. The ingredient responsible for many of those bubbles is called sodium laureth sulfate, or SLES. It helps break down grease. It also creates thick foam that makes washing dishes feel satisfying. And that's exactly why companies like using it. But here's the interesting part. Some people with very sensitive skin find that products containing SLES can leave their hands feeling dry after frequent use. Not everyone experiences this, but if you wash dishes several times every day, your skin may notice the difference. That's why many newer formulas use different surfactants that aim to clean while being gentler on the skin. Bottom line, more bubbles don't always mean better cleaning. Sometimes, they simply create the feeling of better cleaning. And the next ingredient doesn't help remove grease at all. It only changes one thing, the smell. But that single word on the label hides a much bigger story. Number 6. Fragrance. Picture this. It's Saturday morning. You finish washing the breakfast dishes. The kitchen smells like fresh lemons, or maybe green apples, or ocean breeze. You smile. It smells clean. So your brain tells you, this must be a really good dish soap. But here's the part almost nobody thinks about. That fresh smell isn't cleaning your dishes. It's selling you a feeling. Companies know something about human psychology. If a product smells fresh, people believe it works better, even when the fragrance has nothing to do with removing grease. Now turn the bottle around. Look at the ingredient list. You'll probably find one simple word, fragrance. Sounds harmless, but here's what's interesting. That one word doesn't always tell you exactly what creates the scent. In many countries, fragrance formulas can be protected as trade secrets. That means the label may not list every scent ingredient individually. Does that mean fragrance is unsafe? No. Millions of people use scented products every day without problems. But dermatologists often say that fragrance is one of the most common reasons sensitive skin becomes irritated, especially if your hands already feel dry or cracked. from washing dishes every day. Think about it. You don't wash dishes once a month. You wash them every day, sometimes 3 times a day. Small irritation, repeated over months, can become a bigger problem. That's why many people with sensitive skin choose fragrance-free products instead. Not because fragrance is always bad, but because they simply don't need it. Bottom line, a stronger smell doesn't mean stronger cleaning. Sometimes it only means more perfume. But the next ingredient is even more surprising. It doesn't clean, it doesn't remove grease, it doesn't protect the soap. It only changes the color. Number 5. Artificial colors. Walk into any supermarket. Look at the dish soap shelf. One bottle is bright blue, another is deep green, another is orange, another is purple. Now ask yourself one question. Why? Grease isn't blue. Dirty plates aren't green. Your frying pan doesn't care what color your soap is. So, who are those colors really for? You. Because years ago, marketing experts discovered something. People trust colorful products more. Blue feels fresh, green feels natural, orange feels powerful. Those colors create emotions before you even open the bottle. But here's the truth. The color doesn't help clean your dishes. It only helps sell the product. Some brands now make clear or dye-free formulas. Why? Because many shoppers prefer fewer unnecessary ingredients, especially parents buying products for homes with babies or family members who have sensitive skin. Here's something else to think about. Imagine 2 bottles sitting next to each other. Same cleaning power, same price. One has 3 added color ingredients. The other has none. Which one would you choose? Most people never even ask that question. Now, maybe you will. Bottom line, your dishes don't care what color your soap is. Only the marketing does. And the next ingredient has a very important job. Without it, your dish soap could spoil before you finish the bottle. But not every preservative works the same way. Some are much gentler than others. Let's take a closer look. Number 4. Preservatives. Imagine this. You buy a bottle of dish soap today. You use it next week, next month, maybe even 6 months from now. Every time you open the cap, tiny amounts of bacteria from your hands can enter the bottle. Without preservatives, that bottle could spoil long before it's empty. So, yes, preservatives have an important job. But here's where the story changes. Not all preservatives are the same. Some have been used safely for years. Others have been linked to skin allergies in some people. And if you have ever wondered, why do my hands become red after washing dishes? The answer may not be the cleaning ingredient. Sometimes it's the preservative. Dermatologists often see this with people who wash dishes every day. Restaurant workers, parents, people who clean for a living. The more often your skin touches the product, the more important the ingredient list becomes. Here's something interesting. Many newer brands are now advertising no harsh preservatives. Why? Because shoppers have started reading labels. Companies know consumers are asking more questions today than they did 10 years ago. Bottom line, preservatives help keep the soap fresh. But if your skin is always itchy, dry, or irritated, trying a simpler formula may make a noticeable difference. But here's the part nobody tells you. The next ingredient sounds gentle, almost natural. Many people think it's one of the safest ingredients in the bottle. The reality is a little more complicated. Number 3. Cocamidopropyl Betaine, CAPB. Let's do a quick experiment. Go to your bathroom, pick up your shampoo. Now look at your hand soap, then check your dish soap. There's a good chance you'll find the same ingredient in all 3. Cocamidopropyl Betaine, or simply CAPB. It's everywhere. Why? Because manufacturers love it. It helps create soft foam, it makes products feel smoother, and it can make stronger cleaners feel a little gentler on your skin. Sounds perfect, right? Not exactly. Here's something most people never hear. Some people aren't actually allergic to CAPB itself. They're sensitive to tiny impurities left behind during the manufacturing process. That's why dermatologists sometimes recommend avoiding products containing CAPB, especially for patients with sensitive skin. Now imagine this. You wash dishes after breakfast, again after lunch, again after dinner, every day, week after week, month after month. If your hands keep getting dry, or itchy, or you notice tiny cracks around your fingers, your dish soap could be one piece of the puzzle, not the only reason, but one possible reason. And here's something companies rarely advertise. A dish soap doesn't have to produce mountains of foam to clean well. Many gentler formulas clean grease just as effectively, without relying on heavy foaming ingredients. CAPB works well for many people, but if your hands are always uncomfortable after washing dishes, it may be worth trying a different formula for a few weeks. You might be surprised by the difference, but now we're entering the final 2 spots on our list. And these are the ingredients almost everyone has heard of, yet very few people actually understand. One of them is famous for making huge bubbles. The other isn't even an ingredient. It's a marketing trick that has convinced millions of shoppers to trust the front of the bottle instead of the back. And once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Number 2. Sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS. So, imagine you've just finished cooking dinner. The frying pan is covered in grease. You add 1 drop of dish soap. Within seconds, the grease disappears. It almost feels like magic. That's exactly why companies love using sodium lauryl sulfate, better known as SLS. It's a powerful cleaning ingredient. It cuts through grease quickly, and it creates lots of foam. But every powerful cleaner comes with a trade-off. Think about washing dishes every day. Not once, not twice, but thousands of times over the years. SLS doesn't only remove grease from your dishes, it can also wash away some of the natural oils that help protect your skin. That's why many people notice something after doing dishes. Their hands feel dry, tight, sometimes even rough. For many people, it's only temporary, but if you already have sensitive skin or eczema, the effect can feel much stronger. That's one reason why some newer formulas use gentler plant-derived surfactants instead. They may not produce huge bubbles, but they still clean very well. The strongest cleaner isn't always the best cleaner. Sometimes gentle cleaning is all you really need. But here's the biggest surprise of this entire video. Because the number one thing you should watch out for isn't even an ingredient. Number 1. The front label. Let's do one last experiment. The next time you're in a supermarket, walk to the dish soap aisle. Don't read the ingredients. Just look at the front of the bottles. You'll see words like natural, pure.fresh.eco, plant-based. Now ask yourself one question. Who wrote those words? The answer: the company selling the product. Marketing is designed to catch your attention. Beautiful colors, pictures of lemons, green leaves, flowers, clean kitchens, happy families. Everything on the front is trying to tell a story, but the real story is usually on the back. The ingredient list. That's where you learn what you're actually buying. Smart shoppers know something most people don't. They spend less time looking at the front and more time reading the back. That simple habit can completely change the way you shop. Never let the front label make the decision for you. Let the ingredient list do that. So, what should you look for instead? Finding a perfect dish soap isn't the goal. Finding a better one is. Many consumer experts suggest looking for products with short ingredient lists, clear ingredient disclosure, fragrance-free options if you have sensitive skin, dye-free formulas when possible, plant-derived surfactants, trusted third-party certifications where available. Remember, there is no such thing as a chemical-free soap. Even water is a chemical. The goal is not to avoid chemicals. The goal is to understand them. 2 simple shopping tests. Test 1. The ingredient test. Next time you're shopping, pick up 2 different bottles. Turn them around. Compare the ingredient lists. Which one is easier to understand? Which one uses fewer unnecessary extras? Sometimes the simpler bottle is the better choice. Test 2. The hand test for 1 week. Pay attention to your hands after washing dishes. Do they feel soft or dry and irritated? If your skin feels uncomfortable every day, try switching to a gentler formula for the next week. Sometimes your own skin tells you more than any advertisement ever could. Every day, we wash our plates, our cups, our forks, our children's bowls. It's one of the most common jobs in every home. Most of us never stop to think about the bottle sitting beside the sink. But now, you know something different. The bubbles, the smell, the bright colors, and the promises on the front don't always tell the whole story. The smartest shoppers aren't the ones buying the most expensive bottle. They're the ones who ask one simple question: what's actually inside? Because once you start reading labels, you stop shopping with emotions and you start shopping with knowledge. If this video helped you see dish soap in a new way, share it with someone who washes dishes every day. Comment below which ingredient surprised you the most. And if you enjoy simple research-based documentaries about everyday products, subscribe, because next time we're opening another household product and finding out what the label doesn't tell you. Until then, stay curious and shop smarter.